It has been more than a year now since a local teenager and member of the U.S. national cycling team was killed riding his bicycle along Highway 119 in Boulder. He was on the shoulder in broad daylight when that driver hit him. Now, since then, Magnus White's parents have been advocating for protections for people on the road who are not in cars.
That's right. And new tonight, we are hearing from White's parents and a Colorado congressman who worked together on new legislation to do just that. Denver 7's Danielle Kreuter reports.
Because I was looking at pictures of him today, too, just full of life.
Time hasn't made it any easier for Jill and Michael White after their son Magnus was killed while riding a popular cyclist route on the shoulder of Highway 119. Hoping to turn their pain into progress, they've advocated for safety improvements to roads, rallied thousands for their cause.
This bill, named in honor of your son Magnus.
And most recently, worked with federal lawmakers.
Michael and Jill really have been an inspiration.
Congressman Joe Neguse introduced the Magnus White Cyclist Safety Act. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is already in the process of issuing a federal rule which would require automatic emergency braking technology for all new cars by the end of this decade. The Magnus White Act, if passed, takes that a step further. It would require those automatic emergency braking systems to work on speeds up to 90 miles per hour, be able to detect all vulnerable road users, and requires it to recognize a range of colors, including skin tones and clothing. How likely do you believe it would be that your colleagues in Congress or even automakers would support this?
That is hard to say. I think this is a common sense fix to the law that would have a tremendous impact across urban and rural communities, suburban communities, ultimately impacts every American in a positive way. And so that's certainly the case I'm going to make to my colleagues.
Let them know the importance of this bill.
I got emotional seeing it, not because of like proud, right? But it's more like this is where my son's name is.
Magnus's parents fighting for change to hopefully give other families more time with their loved ones.
Magnus wrote his legacy by who he was here, how he lived, how he raced his bike. We're continuing that legacy for him with this.
I'm Danielle Kreuter, Denver 7.
What a legacy. This congressional session is winding down, but Congressman Neguse says he plans to reintroduce the bill next session in January. Taking a closer look here at efforts to make our roadways safer for cyclists. Last year, the Department of Transportation gave a $25 million grant for safety improvements on Highway 119, where White was killed. That includes a new protected bikeway with 9 miles of a 12-foot wide concrete path separate from the road. It also gives cyclists a separate crossing at major intersections from vehicles. Also, it offers a direct route to bus stations and other popular biking routes. Construction started this fall, and it's expected to be finished in 2027.
And investigators say the driver accused in White's death was asleep at the wheel. Yeva Smiljanska is charged with vehicular homicide. She pleaded not guilty earlier this year. Trial expected to begin in March. Now, White's parents have also filed a wrongful death lawsuit against her. They're seeking about $100,000 in damages, and they want a jury trial.